Hello and welcome. The global 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is a key international moment to call for an end to violence against women and girls. It runs from November 25th, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, until December 10th, Human Rights Day. How beneficial has the campaign to end gender-based violence been since it was initiated in 1991? How have women in TARABA state fared in terms of the protection of their rights? Are women in the state enjoying the 35% affirmative action? These and many more will form the basis of our discussion on Guests of the Week. I am Bem Hanya, and joining me in the studio to do justice to this discussion is the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Child Development in TARABA State, Mrs. Mary Sinja. Ma, you're welcome on the program.
Thank you, sir.
What does 16 days of activism against gender-based violence mean?
Basically, 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is just a campaign and awareness to let people know that gender-based violence can be eradicated.
Are there cases in TARABA that you've come across that are very, very serious in terms of women's rights being violated?
Yes, we just inaugurated the TARABA State Technical Working Group Monitoring and Evaluation Team sometimes in September, and from that September to now we have like 250 cases of GBVs because we are reporting it to the dashboard in the federal. We have over 250 cases right now. Why is all these cases coming up is because people are beginning to know that this gender-based violence is evil, and they are having knowledge of it, that they can easily come out of it. So because they have the knowledge now, they are coming out to talk. So we are having more cases. People are coming out to talk, so that's why the number is increasing.
Okay, that's to say in the past people were not aware.
They are not
so
aware
even when
because
the
they are just
victims
living
suffer.
like in darkness, you know.
Okay.
So, but now with the inauguration of the technical working group monitoring and evaluation, and we now give them assurance that whatever that happens, it will be kept between us. So they are coming out to talk.
Okay, it really means that the campaign,
Yes.
awareness
Yes.
is really, really
Yes.
helping.
Yes.
Okay, this year's theme for the campaign is Unite, Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means that we should unite together, invest. Uniting means coming together as women to fight this GBV because it is eating deep into our society, most especially in the life of women and children. Then invest means empowering women, because when women have something doing, it will help them, and it will help to reduce the menage of this GBV, because most of the times is when the woman is always demanding, empower them to start doing one thing or the other. To stop the gender-based violence is when we unite, we invest. Of course, the gender-based violence will reduce.
You unite and you invest,
Yes.
it will reduce.
It will
Okay.
reduce.
So apart from women uniting, is there any role that men, the other gender, can play?
The truth is, it's not just only women that are going through this GBV of a thing. Even some men are going through GBV. Some men are also being abused, right? But it's just that the women own is more rampant. But the men are just maybe like 10% that are going through it. Because when you go through emotional abuse, it's also an abuse.
It's not just a female gender thing
But
alone.
it's more of a woman. And this year's one is talking about women and girls.
Women and girls.
Yes.
That's commendable.
Even though men are not left out of it, we have he for she, we have them.
Okay. Your efforts in trying to empower women is a commendable one. Most states in Nigeria have domesticated the gender-based violence law. Yes.
Yes, that's VAP law.
Yes. To see to it that if anybody violates the rights of this woman,
yes.
he or she should be prosecuted.
Yes.
What is the situation like in Taraba State?
The truth is, in Taraba State, VAP law have been gazetted in 2023. This year, it has been gazetted. But we have not started using it. But any moment from now, it will be put to use in Taraba State.
Okay.
By the grace.
So what's the implication now that it's been gazetted?
It has been gazetted already, which means it has been passed into law. But we have not started using it because it just happened like 2 months ago.
Okay, so does it mean if anybody violates the provisions of the law?
Yes, the person will not go scot-free.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because of the gazetting.
Yes, it has been gazetted, which means it has been passed to law.
This year's campaign talks about protecting the women and also the girl child. And I'm aware that 34 states in Nigeria have passed the Child's Right Act, including Taraba.
Yes.
That's to protect the child, enable the child go to school, prevent him or she from being used for labor, forced labor, or joining the army when they are still children, and so on and so forth, sexual violence and all that. So, in Taraba, what's the situation like? Has this law been able to protect children?
Children are being protected. Even, okay, with the coming of His Excellency, Dr. Abukefas, he first of all brought the issue of free and compulsory education, right? Which is very, very key. So when a child is not doing anything, it will make the child to start going into doing things that is not right.
We commend His Excellency for his policies, particularly as they concern the children.
Yes,
and
because
free
he has passion for children. He's always concerned about women and children.
Yes.
And he will always tell you that whatever you are doing, if the foundation is not built, is not well built, which are the children, the foundation of the children are not well built. Whatever the children are doing, you should not blame them because you did not give them the right foundation. That's in the area of education. In the whole 36 states, it's Taraba State that is giving free education. His Excellency Dr. Abu implemented the free and compulsory education. Every child must go to school, and it's compulsory and it's free, from primary to secondary school.
Are there implications if, for instance, a parent or a guardian doesn't enroll their child or ward in school? Are there any implications for that?
For now, no. But we'll ensure we talk to the parents to allow their children to go to school.
Okay, so you mean advocacy is what you're going to now focus on?
Yes, just to sensitize them, tell them the importance of the child going to school. That is all. Just to make sure that the parents know that it's very, very important for your child to be enrolled in school. And don't just enroll only the male child, but both male and female child. There should be equity when enrolling them in school. And tell them the importance of why the child must go to school.
Okay. In the past, in the recent past, Taraba used to have issues with trafficking, particularly child trafficking. There were instances that parents were deceived by some people that are going to take your child for education, you know, and so on and so forth. Then they will be trafficked for labor.
Yes.
What is the situation now?
It has been taken care of. That is why you see that the issue of child trafficking has reduced in Taraba State.
That's commendable. We hope that will keep the pace.
By the grace of God.
Okay. You will agree with me that women are vulnerable most times when it comes to they are more vulnerable when they are not empowered. You made reference to it, but I want to emphasize the point. Apart from giving these starter packs and giving cash to some women, is there a design? Has government designed any program or policy to consistently train these women in the 16 local government areas consistently so that this empowerment will be sustainable?
Yes, we even have something in the pipeline that we are trying to do. We want to go to the 16 local governments to see how we can empower women, to train them on entrepreneurship and then from there we can now leave them to be on their own. So we are working on it, and it's on the pipeline. We have a lot of programs like that coming up soon.
Soon. So we hope that they will materialize.
Yes. Even though we have a program that is from the World Bank, the Nigeria for Women project, that is ongoing.
Hope that more and more of these women will be empowered. Let's look at the issue of affirmative action. Because since the 1995 Beijing conference, there has been agitation around the world that women should increasingly be involved in governance through being elected and being appointed as you are appointed an honorable commissioner. In Taraba, what is the situation under the current administration?
I can say His Excellency Dr. Kefas, he is a man that if he says something, he does it. On the day of his inauguration, he promised to carry women and children along, and he did it. Because in his appointing people into his cabinet, he appointed 7 women. Not just appointed 7 women, he appointed 7 women into key offices in his cabinets. And the 16 local government secretaries, the secretaries to all the 16 local governments are female. Because before the election, he appointed 16 women to take charge of the local governments as secretaries to the local governments in Taraba. So we thank him so much because he has involved women, and we are happy.
Are there ways your ministry, that's the Ministry of Women Affairs and Child Development, is partnering with Her Excellency, the wife of the governor, to bring policies and programs to help women in Taraba State? I just want to know your level of partnership.
Yes, we are working together. We are working together to see that our women are empowered and our women are alleviated.
Most times when there is crisis, it is women and children who suffer most because they are vulnerable.
Yes.
And Taraba State, like most states in Nigeria in recent times, has been involved in one crisis or the other. Yes, and these women, most of them are in the rural areas. Their breadwinners are taken away from them, and sometimes they can't even go to the farm. So what do you think can be done in this case to at least help these women in the rural areas who are affected by this crisis?
Okay, like the farmers, through His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, he approved free fertilizer to support them in their farming business.
So will you be from time to time training these women? Because will you just give them the starter packs, or you will train them also?
Yes, those that we are going to give the starter packs. We have done 1 or 2 training for them before giving them the starter pack, like those that we are going to give ovens and other equipment, because they won't be able to use it if we don't teach them how to use it. You can't just carry something and give to people that at the end of the day they'll go and dump it. So, and whatever we give them, we are going to monitor them so that the business will be sustained.
Okay, you monitor so that the business will be sustained. Most times, women suffer gender-based violence from their partners who are husbands, and because of maybe cultural or religious beliefs, they stay back, and we've even heard in the news that sometimes it even leads to a woman's death, because they will say it's shameful if you leave and you go back home, it will be a shame on the family and such things. So are there maybe call centers? Are there places in designated areas that women can reach out to, maybe government officials, when they are suffering in their homes, so as to get assistance?
Okay, the first place to go to when you are passing through such thing, you take it to police station. In the technical working group, state technical working group that was inaugurated sometimes in, like I said, in September, police are involved, and other NGOs, FIDA, police, all those NGOs, IPs, they are all form part of the State Technical Working Group Monitoring and Evaluation. But the first place to take such issue is the police. Take it to the police station. From the police station, then they will send it to the appropriate authority.
The first place to take it is the police station.
Yes, police station.
Okay.
Police station. If the police refuse to attend to them, they can come to the Ministry of Women Affairs.
Okay.
Then in the area of women staying in the marriage because, okay, it's shameful, they don't want to go out because they don't know what people will say and everything, to me is foolishness. Because if you die, those people that you are seeing, you don't want them to see you if you live, or you are afraid of their eyes, whatever whether they will laugh at you or whatever. They will still laugh at you. They will still laugh at you because they will say, this woman is foolish, she allow herself to be killed. When you see that this thing is getting too much, it's better for you to live so that you can live. Live so you can live. If you don't live, you cannot live. Because if you remain in that marriage, you will end up dying.
If you remain in an abusive marriage.
Yeah, abusive marriage, that is, they are looking for early grief. Because if you observe that something is going wrong, instead of it to stay, it's better for you to just take off. Leave.
Okay. So we are gradually coming to the end of the program. So one final word from you in terms of advice, not only to women, but also to men who are mostly their spouses or their fathers or their children. What advice do you have for members of the public, and even including children, as it concerns GBV?
Okay. My advice to, let me start with advising the men. My advice to the men is to avoid this GBV, gender-based violence, or to avoid abuse in the home. You know that sometimes the women is their mouth that used to cause problem for them. Before the man will talk one, they will talk 10. So the man will grow annoyed and start slapping, and that is how it starts sometimes, the physical abuse. My advice is, as a man, if you see that a woman is provoking you, carry your car key and just leave the house. And just leave the house. Maybe when she cools down, you can come back. And also to the men, abuse is not just beating. Abuse can come in forms of even talking to the woman emotionally. Just when the woman is talking, you just say, "Shut up! Am I talking to you?" You just use your mouth to just say things that will just run the woman down. You have already abused the woman. Thirdly, when a man is not taking his responsibility as a man, you are not providing for your household. Even the word of God says, if you are not providing for your household, you are worse than an infidel. So as a man, you have to take your responsibility. When you have anything, remember to take care of your family. Because if you don't take care of your family, it's also an abuse. So we have to avoid all those things. And to the women, like I said, women, sometimes the way they talk to men, make them to start getting annoyed and start hitting them. That is in the area of the physical. Avoid, close your mouth. You don't have to talk. If you have any point to make, allow the man, whenever he's in a quiet place, go and meet him, sit down with him, make your point. You don't have to abuse, you don't have to use your mouth to say things that will make him annoyed. And you have to help your spouse. That is the area, in the area of supporting him if you have the means. Even if you don't have the means, support him morally. And say things that will make him happy. You don't have to be condemning him, even if he's not giving you what he's supposed to give you. Maybe because he doesn't have, don't bring him down. Praise him. He's the only person. You are the only person that you are the highest. You are his highest fan. So you praise him. Men like women to be submissive. When you submit to him, you respect him. It will. I believe there won't be an issue of quarrel in the family. And like I said, women should have something to do, no matter how small it is. As a woman, develop yourself. Even if you don't have the capital to develop yourself with, or you have, no matter how little the capital is, help yourself. Be doing small thing, and be bringing, if it's 1 naira. If you want to buy Maggi, you can buy it. You don't have to disturb the man. It helps in that area. And as women, develop yourself. When the man is developing himself, don't sit down and be looking. Help yourself. Go out and also develop yourself. It will make the man to give you respect, and it will reduce the rate of gender-based violence in the home.
You have the way to help yourself. Help yourself.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Child Development, for finding time to come on our program, Guest of the Week. Hope you come when next we invite you.
By the grace of God. Thank
And
you very much.
that has been Guest of the Week with the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Child Development, TARABA State, Mrs. Mary Sinjen. We hope to come your way, same time, same station, next week. And from me, it is bye-bye.